Hello and welcome back to Barca Admirers. Today's episode brings you the daily news roundup as well as all the transfer updates and rumors collected throughout the day. So make sure you watch this video till the very end without skipping. Also, if you are new to our channel, then please subscribe to us and hit that bell icon to stay notified whenever we post. Now that's enough talk, let's get straight to the point without any further delay. For the first news update of the day, journalists Samuel Marston and Moises Lawrence of ESPN report that Joan Laporta does not want to sack Ronald Koeman without having a reliable replacement in place and must also consider the cost of letting him go, which is reported to be around 8 million euros, with the club's gross debt totaling almost 1.2 billion. Besides, Koeman had also taken a pay cut of over 49% in his first season at the club. Now, like him or hate him, Koeman surely is a man who loves his club. The same report by these journalists also claims that Barcelona are considering Belgium coach Roberto Martinez as a possible alternative to Ronald Koeman if they indeed decide to move on from the Dutchman in this summer. Martinez is one of the several options that Joan Laporta is contemplating as he weighs up a change. The former Everton boss is currently preparing for this summer's European Championship with Belgium and has also been linked with the vacancy at Tottenham Hotspurs this week. Interestingly enough, Roberto Martinez's contract binds him with the Belgian national team not only as the manager, he is also the technical director of the Belgian Football Association until the end of 2022, taking him up to the World Cup in Qatar. The report also claims that Martinez is happy where he is and his first intention is to stay put, although his contract does allow for certain scenarios in the event a top club makes an offer to him. Now, despite being from Catalonia, Roberto Martinez has no direct link to Barcelona, but he says his coaching career has been inspired by the works of the late Johan Cruyff. Also, he is very close to Johan's son Jordi Cruyff. Reliable journalist Raz Amir claims that if Jordi Cruyff has an impact on the identity of Barcelona's next coach, then he would put his money on Roberto Martinez. Cruyff was the groomsman at Roberto's wedding and he had heard Jordi Cruyff say many times that Martinez is the most suitable coach for Barcelona. Moving on to the next news update, journalist Alex Pintaniel reports that Joan Laporta is very upset about how the Ronald Koeman situation is being handled at the club behind the scenes. For the next news update, we have a report by journalist Javi Miguel. It states that Joan Laporta wants to talk to Pep Guardiola after the Champions League final, possibly on Sunday, for the utmost challenge to convince him to join Barcelona. Guardiola is Laporta's dream appointment as the next Barcelona manager, but it is going to be incredibly difficult or even impossible. In that case, Koeman could continue and Laporta will try to convince Pep again in the following year. The report of Spanish outlet Diario AS claims something similar. Laporta has assured his most intimate surroundings that he would be able to convince Guardiola to return to Barcelona. Of course, it might not be for the next season, but the goal is for Pep to accept the role from the 2022-2023 season. However, Guardiola has no intention to leave Manchester City. Even if he wins the Champions League on Saturday, Pep is staying at City. He is already planning for new signings with the Citizens Board. Now, since we are talking about Pep and his link to Barcelona, I might have an interesting comment for you guys made by Joan Laporta. Back in 2012, Laporta had famously said that originally he did not want to run for president again, but he will have to because Sandro Rosel's board had destroyed all of his hard work in just 2 years. They could have done more to guarantee that Pep stayed at the club, but deep down they did not like him and they all wanted him out. Now, we all know that Bartomeu succeeded Rosell at the club, so there's practically no doubt that the process of Barcelona's destruction had begun 9 years ago and Laporta had known it all along. All we can do now is hope that Mr. President finally revives our club. Next up, journalist Gabriel Sanz reports that Maximillano Allegri was offered to Barcelona to replace Ronald Koeman, but the Catalans were not really in favor of appointing him. Besides, he has now joined Juventus, so there's no chance of that happening anymore. Up next, Mundo Deportivo reports that Barcelona will renew Juan Miranda's contract automatically until 2023. The same goes for youngsters Jandro Orellana and perhaps Oriol Busquets as well. Up next, we have a piece of good news. Journalist Fernando Polo reports that Ansu Fati is already in Barcelona and he is continuing his recovery process under the supervision of the club's medical services. As things stand, positive sensations surround the new treatment and he is recovering well. His goal is to be ready for the pre-season. He could be fully recovered in 2 months' time if he does not suffer any further setbacks. Now let's hope for a speedy recovery. Moving on to the next one, journalist Albert Roge reports that Jorge Mendes has become Inaki Pena's new agent. He will be in charge of negotiating a new deal with the club. That is his third player at Barcelona along with Balde and Ansu Fati. Moving on to the following news update, Spanish outlet Sport has reported that President Laporta will hold a press conference tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Central European Time. The sports situation will be discussed as well as the financial situation of the club. For the next news update, we have a report by American news outlet New York Times. It states that UEFA are preparing a plan to change the format for the final stages of the Champions League. They have thought of the Champions Week concept in which two one-legged semi-finals and the final will be played in just one single city, along with a schedule of concerts, games and other entertaining events. Now that's everything we had for the news part today. Moving on to the transfer section, in at number 1, we have a report by journalist Moises Lawrence. It states that a meeting between Joan Laporta and Jorge Messi, the father of Lionel Messi, took place yesterday. Both parties finished the meeting happy and with good feelings. The ball is now in Messi's court. Journalist Xavi Torres of Spanish publication TV3 reports something similar. He claims that Barcelona's new contract offer to Messi involves 2 more years at Barcelona, then 3 years in the United States and then returning to the club's sport area. There is optimism at Barcelona, but the players' party has not yet responded. Moving on to the next transfer update, journalists Mate Moreto and Gerard Romero report that the signing of Memphis Depay isn't finalized yet. The Dutch forward is waiting to know who the coach will be next season and plays with a Juventus offer that he also has on the table. He has doubts over the economic part, but the position is very close. For the following news update, Spanish publication Sport reports that Sergio Aguero is determined to show at Barcelona that his age is not bothering him. He wants to be a starter and will give his all to become one. We all hope he has enough hunger left in him. Mundo Deportivo reports that like Sergio Aguero, Eric Garcia is also expected to travel to Barcelona next week to sign his contract, and both the signings will be made official after the Champions League final. Moving on to the next news update, according to a report by Marca, Barcelona are working on finalizing the buyback option of Emerson Royal that is worth 9 million euros. They want to own full rights of Royal. As per the contract, they will have to pay 9 million euros to Betis for this, but they want him for cheaper, possibly by sending Juan Miranda to Betis permanently. Emerson will be a part of the pre-season with Barcelona. Journalist Adria Albex also confirms the same. Emerson Royal will 100% indeed be there for the pre-season with Barca. The club has already informed Betis that their intention is to completely acquire the player. The operation has already been verbally closed. For the next transfer update, Catalan news outlet RAC1 reports that Wijnaldum's agents were at the club's offices today to finalize his signing for Barcelona. Regarding the transfer of Wijnaldum, Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo have published a rather interesting report. They claim that Wijnaldum could end up being the new Edgar Davids for Laporta. Back in January 2004, the Dutch pitbull solved Barcelona's basic problem, which was having a very physically weak midfield, and the same might be applied now as well. For the following transfer update, journalist Javi Miguel reports that the expected arrivals of Wijnaldum and Emerson Royal open the door for the departure of Sergi Roberto from the club permanently. Now that's everything we have for today's episode. I hope you guys found this video informative. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to turn on the post notifications. We post interesting content like this every single day. Now on our last episode, we asked for a total of 400 likes and you guys totally smashed the thumbs up button. So in this episode, we have decided to raise the bar and set the new target at 450 likes. Please Qlers, help us reach our target. We are counting on your support. On top of that, we have decided to give away official Barcelona merchandise to 2 of our dedicated subscribers once we hit 5,000 subs on YouTube. So make sure you share this channel's link with your like-minded Blaugrana friends and ask them to subscribe to us as well. Also, make sure you check out all our other social media handles on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Now that's enough for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalunya.